Alright, I was not even remotely prepared to make a video today. I've been trying to give my voice a bit of a rest, but so much stuff has come out, and as I was scrolling my YouTube feed, mostly to sit back, watch a video, and read a book, I noticed Alderon, the cheeky little goobers, decided to release a TLC for a dinosaur that I have been very, very excited for a TLC, and that is the Alioramus. Oh, that remodel looks so good. So we're going to hop right in and check this thing out. I don't know if this will be... Oh my gosh, they changed They absolutely had to change everything with this dinosaur because it had nothing. It quite literally had no kit. So let's take a look here. Okay, so it actually didn't get a total... What is that? Ooh, they gave it the padded soles that T-Rex has. So I already have a few concerns with this TLC based on what I watched in their video, but I'm unsure as to exactly how much they're really going to impact Alio, but it does seem like they oriented this dinosaur really heavily into being a team-based player and didn't really focus so much on solo play at all. But I really don't know yet. I'm literally experiencing this for the first time. I grew Alio before it got its TLC, was going to make a video on it pre-TLC, and kind of was just like, nah, because it literally had bite, tail attack, and that was it. Even its passives didn't work solo. So you were just relying on, you could jump good, you were the fastest thing in the game, and you could get good tail rating. So now they made bite a passive. All right, airhead, 25% more damage when jumping and boosts air control by 100%. That's kind of weird. Slicer, a bite that deals low damage but tears meat from the target, eating the toe. Okay, so they gave it the nasty Tyrannotitan ability, but instead of getting health, you get cooldown reduction, which actually is still pretty damn good. They gave it Swerve. I'm getting Swerve. Senses. Hunter's Mark. Applies Hunter's Mark on the latest dinosaur bitten by you, which indicates how close you are to them for 30 seconds. That's disgusting. Each stack increases targeting range by 20 meters. So if you're playing Alio, things can't get away from you is what that means. As soon as you bite them, you're going to be following them no matter what. Wow. They gave it Ravenous? Eating another small player's corpse grants a stack of Ravenous. Corpses must be at least adolescent. Okay, so they gave it a form of Ravenous. It's not quite as good as what Rex had because it specifies small players. So specifically eating mid-tier or below. Which means if you were to eat off of an apex corpse, like a T-Rex or a Spino, from the looks of it, you're not getting the Ravenous perk. That's still very interesting. Tyrant's Pack increases trot speed by 2.5% and status damage by 10% to yourself. And any Tyrannosaurs in 50 meters stacks 4 times. Can be used solo. Getting that. That is so nice. Okay. Already putting some of my fears to rest with that. Metabolism, hypercarnivore, makes sense. Hide options, endurance runner. Decreases surprise attack wind-up time by 30%. 10% increased stamina recovery. Okay, so he has surprise attack on his legs then. Leap, increases jump height, take 10%, reduce fall damage. Reduces jump stamina cost by 15%. Resilient feathers, Increases bleed heal, fracture heal, poison heal, venom heal, and toxin heal by 20%. That's actually very, very good. Holy crap. Leap is pretty good too. I'm going to take Leap for now. This is going to be probably like just a short of it. I just want to try it out, give like my first impressions, and then I'm going to fool around with it a little bit in my spare time, kind of learn what works, what doesn't work, what feels best for me, and we'll do a full showcase in the future. I really just want to, okay, double kick, kick twice in a row, restore a small amount of stamina for every attack you inflict. That sounds very good. Hamstring, a kick attack that causes medium damage. Prevent the target from jumping. That's... So that's an anti-bird build is what that is. That's crippling Hats and Thalasso and Ramp. Wow. Kick does medium damage, deal 15% more damage when jumping. Then surprise attack. Okay. Surprise attack actually seems pretty good. I'm going to unlock that. The home cave. The spawn in thing for when you jump in on a TLC creature just wore off, so I can't change my build anymore without going to a home cave. I like the sound of double kick. Then what are our vocal options? Escape call increases movement speed of group dinosaurs by 5% for 30 seconds, but they will also take 25% more incoming damage for the duration. Stacks up to 2 times. See, that's a double-edged sword. I don't know about that one. Increases ground members' trot speed, sprint movement by 7%. Last 10 seconds or until you are hit. Increases trotting speed by 5%, stamina recovery by 20%. Applies to Tyrannosaurs only. Well, that works solo then. Interesting. Alright, well, let me go over to the home cave. I'll head up there, and we'll finish looking at what Alio has. I will be right back. Okay, so we're back. Here we are in the home cave. Now I can actually equip these abilities. I used up all my marks. I do also want to see... Okay, so... Ooh... They did change the subspecies. This was the... Forget what I was gaining from this before. Or did they? Maybe it was still stamina recovery. Jump height. That seems a lot better now that they have a lot more jump-focused things. I did not take this before because, well, I didn't really see a reason to jump before. It was kind of a one-trick pony where your only options was really your speed. Jumping was kind of, the attack damage. Interesting. I do still like stamina recovery, but jump height might be very good. Let's go over the skin options. Again, this isn't gonna be like a full-on... God, that looks gorgeous. This won't be a full-on showcase just yet. We'll try and get like maybe one fight in just to see how it feels. I'll do a little bit of questing. But I don't have as much time as I normally have to record today. And this, I really just want to give first impressions. So let's go through. These are the color outfits. All right. That looks really gorgeous. Kind of looks like a peacock. Crimson. Intricate. That looks really cool. Ready. Ooh. I like this one a lot now. Holy crap. Reminds me of, there was this documentary from Discovery Channel way, way back. They did, it was, I don't know if it was on Discovery Channel, if it was direct to DVD, but I had the DVD when I was like 5. And it was a double feature. One side was about a velociraptor, and the other side was about I think it was a pyroraptor named Pod, that got like lost at sea, and then they found its bones on an island where everything had dwarfism, but he didn't. And it was a very, very cool story. Somebody will know what I'm talking about. Anyways, it reminds me of Pod. Basil, that's nice. Flaxen. Ooh, I like that one a lot too. Ringneck. That's also very nice. Melanistic, albino, backer. And then brindle is what I was running because I really like how this looks. Awesome. Okay, so let's get out. One thing I will note right off the bat, as I was making my way to the home cave, I noticed I'm a moron because I didn't do this in the home cave. I realized it, at least to me, now I didn't play much of Alio in the past, like at all. I really only grew it maybe a few weeks ago, and then that was kind of that. I don't know enough to say for certain, so in the comments, let me know. But Alio does feel like it suffered a pretty significant speed nerf, which is kind of concerning because I know what they're doing. Looking at their kit, just giving it a once-over, it seems like they definitely allocated a lot of the speed that it once had behind group abilities. Now, that's not the worst, because obviously the best way to play Alio before was in a group. Let's see how fast Surprise Attack makes us real quick. Of course, we are going uphill, but that is still pretty significant. I don't know. I don't know how to feel yet about the movement. It definitely feels to me like they nerfed its speed a little bit, which, granted, it still feels very, very fast, very, very nimble. And that's definitely really good. Not having a tail attack doesn't feel all that great, though. Just to make it clear, there is no tail attack. We do have Swerve, which is on a 7-second cooldown, though. I don't know how I feel about that. See our stamina recovery. So when we're crouched, we get the stamina recovery that normal T-Rex has. Because they're really focusing in on the fact that Alio is a Tyrannosaur. It is in the Tyrannosaur family. So that's pretty good. Of course, we move silently as well, which you can kind of do the T-Rex thing where you go in and out of crouching for the movement speed for your trotting. Turn radius actually isn't all that bad. Wow. While moving, it's a little rough. That's not a bad turn radius at all. Yeah, Ooh, there's another Alio right here. That's a really cool skin they have on theirs. I have a funny feeling we're going to be seeing everybody and their mother playing Alio as of late, because I was looking forward to this TLC, but the community has been begging for this for a long time. The only dinosaur off the top of my head that has been requested to get a TLC as much as Alio is Allosaurus. So, fingers crossed, Allosaurus and Stego are the next TLC. But the fact that we got Alio right now is very, very nice, very, very good. It's long overdue. There is no sponges on Ripple Beach right now. This is kind of devastating, not gonna lie. Damn. Because we're like one tick away from full adult growth. I'm very curious the stats on all of these moves as well. Hopefully the wiki updates pretty soon. I am recording this all of like 10 minutes after the actual TLC was revealed. I literally just sat down, saw that Sparking Zero finally got its TLC news from Bandai, and then right beneath that on my feed was Alioramus TLC released, and I was just like, huh? So there has been no time to adjust to a lot of this. Yeah, wow. I will say the model and the animation updates look phenomenal. In fact, I'm going to... Let's check out all the vocal calls. Oh, that is a really cool broadcast call. What does the friendly call look like? Okay. Aggressive call. Oh, that's super nice. Warning call. All right. The normal call. Okay. We saw the shake, but we'll do it again. Very, very nice. The stretch. Oh, he scratches himself. Oh, that's cute. All right, and then the look around. Very, very nice. Very, very nice indeed. I like that quite a bit. Wow. This definitely, they put a lot of love and care into this DLC. I can tell right out of the gates here. I am very curious to see just how effective this dinosaur is solo, because obviously that is how we typically play on this channel. Very clearly it is oriented as a group playable though, so we do have to bear that in mind. I think the abilities I picked out the get-go are the ones that are probably going to be the best for solo play. I cannot say that for certain though, because the TLC just dropped. Like, everybody at the moment in time I'm recording this is playing the TLC rework for the first time. Nobody really knows what builds are good yet. It just came out. So if you're watching this in the future, be gentle with me. This is like, I can't say anything for certain yet. I don't know how to play the dinosaur. But I would, going off of how everything looked on paper while I was picking out what abilities I wanted to pick, this did look to be the best build for solo play, but we will have to examine it for ourselves. We could head up to Salt Flats and just get one fight in the video, just to kind of see. Okay. All right. We're already having some problems because I used to be able to do far easier critter combat. But I guess this isn't the end of the world. Let's try the kick. Obviously, we're not going to get stamina back on hitting a critter, but 5-second cooldown isn't too bad. Let's see the eating animation. Ooh, that looks nice. Okay, I'm gonna show my autism a little bit more here. Um, does anybody else remember the movie tie-in game for Peter Jackson's King Kong back in 2005? It released on the PS2, the 360, got a PC port later on. Um, it, the Peter Jackson version of King Kong is my favorite version of King Kong, and that movie tie-in game to this day is one of the best video games I've ever played. But the eating animation on Alio there really reminded me of the eating animation on the Venatosaurus, which was Weta Workshop's version of what they thought a Utah raptor would evolve into on Skull Island. So if you remember in the movie, the Apatosaurus stampede scene, the raptors in that were Venatosaurus. And in the movie tie-in game, they had this really cool mechanic where you could set traps when you're playing as Jack Driscoll for the dinosaurs. This is way off topic, I know, but bear with me. My ADHD brain is going nuts right now, and my autistic hyperfixation is off the Richter scale. But long story short, there's one level in particular where you are with Jack Black's character. What was his name in the movie? Carl Denham. Jeez, I don't know why I didn't remember that. He's like the most important character. He's the main antagonist. Yes, Carl Denham is the antagonist, not Kong. Kong did nothing wrong. Anyways, you're with Jack Black's character, and you are trying to find both Kong and Ann, as well as meet up with Hayes and Jimmy, because you got separated after the natives of Skull Island did the ritual and sacrificed Ann to Kong. And in the game, Jack Black gets taken by a big bat, and you have to hunt the bat to save him. And anyways, you start the you start the level by going up to these ruins. I remember it very vividly because I still play my PS2 quite a bit. It's my favorite console still, and especially with PlayStation stopping the production of physical games, my retro game collection has seen a lot more value, and I will be playing it all the more because I really just don't condone what Sony's doing. You guys suck at PlayStation. Why? How dare you take ownership away from us? Back on my off-topic, on-topic once more to finally get my thoughts out. ADHD is a curse, I know. I live with it. It's miserable. You show up at these ruins, and Jack Black points out that there's two raptors eating a third dead raptor right in front of you, and you go and you hide in the ruins, and the eating animation that the raptors have really looks similar to what they just gave Alio. Good God, I am devastatingly, cripplingly... Everyone's gonna think I'm such a nerd. I don't care, man. I'm not ashamed to be a nerd. Nerds are cool. If you're a nerd, you're a cool person. Don't let anybody shame you for taking passion in things that just make you happy. Okay? I don't care if it's a movie franchise, a book franchise, a game franchise. It doesn't matter. You could be a hobbyist. Maybe you're into Warhammer or D&D. You like making miniatures just for the sake of painting them. You draw. Doesn't really matter. Another Alio. Hello, sir. Would you care for a combat challenge? We are of equal size, after all. I'll be friendly. I'll be friendly for now. I want to see what Alio can do on its own against something like... preferably like a Dasp or... maybe an aloe, something around our size that's not another of our species. Of course, the packies have been disgusting as of late on officials, so I would very much enjoy fighting a packy. Let's see how much fall damage we take. Devastating. Crippling. Abysmal. So much for the 10% reduced fall damage. That wasn't even that high of a jump. I mean, granted, something bigger than us would have died there. But still, that's a bit rough. I do want to see what the health recovery is like. So let's see what it is while we're moving around. Not bad, actually. Wow. That's really solid. I will say the Resilient Feathers hide option, because of how that leap was, granted, I do think jumping is pretty good. This might be really good as well. 10% increased stamina recovery off. Ooh. Okay, Endurance Runner might be really clutch if you're running Surprise Attack. Literally all of these look good. I just want to say that. I will definitely be playing around with all of them in my spare time. After I edit and upload this, I'm probably just going to be playing by myself for a little bit. I did finish growing my Alberta Ceratops, and we will be doing a showcase on that once my voice comes back a little more, because I really like Alberta. You guys were not joking when you said how powerful it was. It might genuinely be one of my new favorite playables. Everything that I wanted Triceratops to be, Albertosaurus is, in all the best ways. I also am working on a Styracosaurus, a Packy, and a Tyranotitan, because even though Tyranotitan is the most toxic piece of garbage ever released to this game, I don't hate the dinosaur, and I don't blame people for playing it, because why wouldn't you play something that's super powerful? And it did receive a lot of balance nerfs, and I've never played it, so I want to try it. I went ahead and I named it Angron after the Demon Primarch from Warhammer 40k, because I thought it was very funny that the dinosaur, that whole thing is bleed and getting soaked in blood, would be named after the head Primarch of Khorne. He cares not from where the blood flows, only that it does. So expect showcases on them in the near future. I do want to play more Megalania soon, because I've just had a hankering. I have one that I'm growing on Riparia, so we'll get to try that on a different map. I do want to play more Rex. I am curious too. I did not have time to check, but let me know in the comments. I'll check myself after this video anyways, but balance updates. Did they change the stats on any dinosaurs with this TLC update? Because I know in the last dev blog they said they were going to change Triceratops, which is why I made the video to showcase why it needs the buffs it's getting. So if they buffed Trike, if the Trike buffs dropped, like if they're live, we will be playing Triceratops again. Things like that. I really, really hope they did do some more balance changes. Just so we can play more stuff. Yeah, everybody's playing Alio. So I really don't know. I don't think we're going to be able to get into a combat encounter this video. Because everybody's playing Alio, and everybody who's playing Alio isn't really going to fight other Alios unless I be an absolute garbo troll and fight this guy right here, which I suppose we could do. So let's pop our call. And let's do that. I just want to see how effective it is. Tyrannosaurs were obviously not against a little bit of cannibalism. Already I'm liking the movement. It feels very nice. Yeah, he's probably in a pack with this dark one, so he's going to come after us. More than fine. Yeah, damn. That's entirely skill issue on my part. Of course, whoa! What was that? Wait a minute, go back. They added new loading screens? Wait, no. You can't do that to me. I'm more excited about that. New loading screen art? Whoa, 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 whoa. We're going back in. Oh! That is so beautiful. That's so cool. They gave us new loading screens? Yo, Alderon, I tip my hat to you. That made me happier than it should have. You log out here. Okay, that's an old one. Wait a minute. Okay, let me... Sure, let me... Okay, he's in the same spot. Alright. Let me log into my Sarco. That's an old one. Wait, we gotta... I just want to see if we can get more new loading screens. Dang, why is my Sarco so low on growth? Oh, I remember why. Okay. Anyways, we're going to move him just a little bit. We'll go put him in this bush. Let me log out again. Look at that! That's beautiful! Oh my goodness! What about if I log into Metri? Damn, okay. Megalania? Okay, so maybe it's only 2 new loading screens. But either way, man. Wow. Alright, well, that's going to do it for this video. I know it's a bit shorter than normal, at least I think it is. But I really just wanted to show off my first impressions anyways of Alio, because I hadn't played them before. They definitely seem like a dinosaur that might be right up my alley now. Not to make a pun. I'm going to have to experiment with them to really get the hang of what's new and come up with a build that I think works for solo play. Obviously, everybody's going to be doing the same. It just came out. So, if you guys have any suggestions after you've experimented a little bit, definitely let me know. Leave it down in the comments. And then just as a little sneak peek for future videos, like I said, I'm growing a Tyranotitan. I'm going to be working on my Styracosaurus. I'm going to work on a Kentrosaurus. That's one that I forgot, because I rarely see these guys get played. And I was looking at their kits on the wiki, and they seem pretty fun, actually. Stego, mainly so I can get it ready for its TLC, but we can obviously try it out. Packy, Concavenator. I was just kind of growing these to try them out, but we will do them on Riparia when we showcase the aquatics. I'm going to try growing Anno, Bars, and like I said, I finished my Alberta, so here's a little sneak peek. I really like this skin. I forget what skin pack it was in, but I got it for free with the things they gave out. And then in Iguanodon, and I think that's everything. Oh, a Leighton, but I really like a Kilo. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts down below. Are you excited for playing out? God, I can't speak. Are you excited for trying Alio's TLC for yourselves? Are you happy it got its TLC? Is there anything you would have liked to see them do differently with it? And where do you guys think it stands now with all these reworked abilities? Is it better? Is it worse? Is it going to be better for solo? Is it going to be worse for solo? Let me know your guys' thoughts, and I will see you all in the next video. God bless.